there, how you're doing? I hope you're all doing well. So it feels really weird to be filming again because I literally have not filmed in 4.5 months. So I feel really awkward talking to myself again. I'm sure I'll get used to it at some point, but lots has changed. And you might be like, Chloe, I've literally been seeing you on YouTube for the last 4.5 months. Well, I was pregnant and I filmed double videos whilst I was pregnant so I could get a few months off. So a lot has changed since I last sat here. Not for you, but for me, a lot has changed. I have a lot of nappies, which baby's already on size 3, which makes me really sad. What else has changed? Oh, I don't sleep anymore. That's a given. I now only get acid reflux every other night, but that's my normal. I also have my nails look like this for today's video because I didn't have time to use my little stick-ons. What else? I can now wash my hair in 5 minutes flat whilst the baby is in a bouncer. That's a skill. I also am somewhat convinced my brain no longer works the way it used to. It is incredibly slow. What they say about mum brain as well is completely true. But hey, hello, it's lovely to see everyone again. Today I wanted to bring back one of my favorite series to film. So essentially, I keep getting recommended products on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and they hound me so much with their ads until I either block the ads or I buy and review it in a video, which is what we've got today. The one color coloring book. Does that sound fun or what? Like, I would see this and think, wow, that looks really boring. Who in their right mind wants a one color coloring book? But this is by the company Still and Slow. If I literally had $1 for every time I've seen one of their ads, I would still not be very wealthy, but I still have a lot of them. This is kind of promoted to me as being not necessarily for artists and people that like to color so much as it is for people that want to relax. I mean, obviously, if you like to color, you'd probably like a coloring book of any kind, but it's very, very heavy on the this will help you relax. So enjoy yourself on a beach with a one color coloring book.
I didn't realize how much I needed this until I opened the book and started coloring. It's not about being creative, it's about slowing down, just enough to breathe again. Still and slow is the only thing that helps me shut out the noise. And now I protect this time. 10 minutes, one pen, no pressure.
Something that most notably stood out to me was the fact that some of their ads are blatantly made with AI of some kind.
Loved the first Still and Slow? The summer edition is here. Same fic pages, same calm, now with ice cream, beach scenes, and sunshine. One pen, one page. One more reason to slow down. Shop the summer volume now.
Not all of them, but there was a couple that definitely had like an AI voice that, at least to me, it seemed like an AI voice. And when you go to their website, I also found it really weird that there doesn't seem to be a lot of photos of the actual coloring book on the website, in the sense they've not really taken pictures of someone with it. And what I mean by that is that looks most likely like a stock image. Okay, hi, it's late and I'm editing and my hair is all over the place. So something that I noticed whilst editing this video that I didn't notice when I was filming it is on the website there, we've got the woman there, she's got lovely teeth, like lovely teeth. I get that uneasy feeling about the image because I'm like, it feels AI generated and their ads use AI blatantly at times. So I'm like, okay, maybe they just don't have someone that has great teeth to take a picture of with their coloring book, right? Maybe that's why. Maybe they used a stock image. I don't think it's a stock image, but we'll say that it is. Until I zoomed in on the coloring book on their main website, the front page of their website, and it says stills slow. Stills slow. Not still and slow. It says stills slow. So that's not the best first impression. I mean, technically it was the second impression because I didn't notice it at first. But it does have a lot of reviews. It's loved by over 5,000 fulfilled women. I guess anyone that is not a woman is not fulfilled by this book. Essentially, it's a coloring book that it's just all one color. Monochrome mystery coloring. Why are they mystery? You can blatantly see what it is, I guess. It's not really so much of a mystery, but follow the O marks to know where to color. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned artist, it's made for you. Your pocket of calm, wherever you are. Just one pen, black or colorful, your choice. Whenever, wherever. What are those? So it's really like spa, happy, relaxing. To me, it seems interesting, and I knew that a lot of you would be interested in seeing this because this is not a cheap coloring book. Just the book alone is $24.90, which is a lot of money for any coloring book, let alone this one. Like, it's not exactly the thickest coloring book in the world. I went to town and I bought the book and the pen set, which is this set of 3 STA water-based pigment, water and alcohol resistant sign pen brush. So with shipping, I basically paid $40 for a coloring book and 3 pens. I'm doing this for you guys, okay? I'm doing this for you. You're welcome. So on Temu, I could buy these pens. I've never heard of this brand before, but they are on Temu. They're also on AliExpress and Shein. Do with that what you will. Shein, $3.10, 4 pieces. They cheaped out on me and give me 3. So I'm a little bit about this. I'm gonna be honest, based on like the pictures and like the cheap pens that cost me $10, but we'll see how this goes. Okay, here we have the one color coloring book for inner calm, confidence, and self-reflection, summer edition for adults. Illustrated by Still and Slow. I'm not sure what that means. Usually you'd have like an artist name, but maybe they have artists designing this under the Still and Slow name, because that could be a thing. Welcome to this gentle journey. This book is an invitation to pause, breathe, and reconnect with yourself. In a world that often moves too fast, this space is yours to slow down, reflect, and simply be. As you colour each page, allow yourself to let go of expectations. There are no rules here, except you do have a rule because you have to literally follow inside the lot. That's fine. Only your own rhythm, your own flow. Take your time, explore, and embrace the softness within you. Okay. Thank you for choosing this moment for yourself. With each colouring page, may you find more peace, presence, and calm. With love, Still and Slow. You fill in the shapes marked with an O. Let your mind focus only on the repetition, nothing else. Okay, so this is how it looks inside. Very nice. I see why they sort of say, oh, it's a mystery. Like, you can basically see what it's supposed to be, but it's also gonna come together when it's actually done. So this is a very unique. I'm not sure if they had an artist sit and do this. I'm not too sure on this because I've never seen anything quite like it before, but I'm very curious how it's gonna be, if it's gonna work. This is not just coloring, it's a practice designed to help you breathe deeper, slow down, and reconnect. The website is actually very basic. There's like a contact page, our products, they basically just have like the different coloring pages here, all of their like eerie looking pictures. Frequently asked questions, how long does one session take? 10 to 15 minutes a day is enough. I'm not artistic at all, is this for me? This book isn't about being good at coloring, it's about slowing down, reconnecting with yourself, and enjoying the moment. What if I'm not satisfied? So they do have a good return policy. Like if you're not happy, you can get a refund as long as you've not done it. So the only thing is, I don't know how you can really see if you like it if you've not actually done it. You know what I mean? Like you could get it, think this is good, do it, and think this is stupid, and then you can't get a refund. But I also kind of understand they're not going to take refunds on a used book. Does ink or pencil bleed through the paper? The paper is of excellent quality and thickness, 160 GSM. Water-based pens or markers won't bleed through, but don't use alcohol-based markers because they may seep through. Cool, okay. The paper is very good quality. It looks exactly as it is in the picture, and it's also exactly what they show online. Maybe they just print them on demand. That's what I'm wondering, why they don't have like a lot of images of the book, maybe? Still and Slow monochrome coloring book. Legit product, bad company. The company is legitimate in the sense that if you order the product, you will receive it. As for the book itself, the pages are thicker than regular paper, but not quite as thick as cardstock. However, the pens are junk. 3 pens for $12. The first pen lasted only 4 pages, and at first I thought it was just a bad pen, so I contacted them. They offered a new set for $4 shipping, but admitted that even 3 pens likely wouldn't be enough for the whole book. Their second book, a summer-themed one, has at least 1 page that shows clear signs of AI art. A girl laying on a beach towel, except she has 3 arms. Is that this one? I only see 2 arms. I'm gonna have to do this one to see if it does have 3 arms like they're saying it does. I had a feeling this company was sketchy because they were using AI in their ads, plus it's expensive for what it really is. I like the concept of the book though. So their book is a little different on the website versus the one I have. It just says one color coloring book, but online it shows summer edition. It's just slightly different. Then apparently they have images online that aren't in the actual book. I mean, so far I don't have any complaints about what I'm seeing. Everything I'm seeing online is exactly what I've got. So I think really the only way to tell how good this is to actually like color it all in. I don't have a lot of faith in these pens though, because people were saying that they're not actually lasting. So we'll see if they do. It's kind of sad we're in a day and age where we're like, is this AI or not? We can't friggin' tell anymore. I paid $10 for these pens. If they don't last me this entire book, I'm going to be very upset. Because what's the point of buying pens if they're not going to freaking last? Right, first impressions, I actually really like the concept a lot. I think it's a very, very unique idea. I've not seen anything like it before. And I also like that it's less pressure than a regular coloring book because you're supposed to use one color. You don't feel the added pressure to add a bunch of details or shading or anything. And you're not like, oh, what color do I use in that spot? You kind of don't have a choice because the whole point is use one color. I mean, you could use multiple if you wanted, but that defeats the purpose of the actual book. I will say it's stressing me a little bit in the sense I'm like, oh crap, what if I fill in the wrong spot? So for now, it's kind of like oh, this is a work in progress. The only thing I will say, and maybe this is me being nitpicky, maybe people would prefer this, I don't really see the point of separating these sections because it's all got to be one colour anyway. You might as well just make it one big area. I'm guessing they do it just so it looks like you've got more to do versus it just all being like open. Okay, so I can't help but feel, now I've done about half of this page, that there's a lot of strange areas of this book that I don't really understand. Like there's like 3 sections sectioned off for a leaf. This, for example, does not need to be in 2 sections. I don't know if it's just like for the effect, but there doesn't need to be 2 sections for this because if it's both coloured in, you don't have separate sections anyway. This entire leaf could just be one area you colour in. And then there was an arm here, which didn't really make sense to me because there was detailed fingers, but you coloured it in anyway. So I don't really know what the point of that was. I'm guessing this is like shadow from the leaf, which could seem like a third arm, maybe. I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of strange sections. They don't really make sense. Like, why is this in 2 sections? I think it's literally just to look like you're colouring more than you actually are. I think the idea is good because it's very different. And I think it's nice, especially for traveling. You don't have to take a ton of different colours with you. You just have one singular pen. But I don't know. I'm not sold on this still, especially not for the price point. Like if I did not do this as a job, I would in absolutely no way spend $24 on a colouring book like this. I mean, they did tell the truth when it came to the pens not bleeding through because it hasn't done that, so that's good. The quality of the paper is very good, I will say. Okay, so I finished the first page and it looks pretty effective. I won't lie, it does look pretty effective. It did have a very sort of relaxing vibe, but from a review point of view, it just seems kind of pointless. Like the areas that are highlighted versus the ones that aren't. I don't really get it, to be honest, because it's not like shading. It just sort of looks off. It's just weird. Like there was a whole arm here that had details like this one that had a circle that wanted you to color it in. So it's like, what's the point of that area having an arm if you're just going to be coloring in the details anyway and blending it with the rest? It also like bugs me, these sections having so many small little areas, unless they just want you to like fill each individual one. Maybe I just have a hard time relaxing. I don't know, but I don't get it. I don't get the point, but I am going to fill a few more of these. I'm going to test the ability of this pen to see if it actually does last more than 4 pages like that review said. But overall, like the idea, but it's odd. Let me know what you think, if you would enjoy something like this. Maybe I'm missing something. I will say it was fun. I'm just unsure if I'm fully sold on it yet. So I think the question most people have is this made with AI? Because obviously it's a problem we're all experiencing at the moment. I have never seen anything quite like this before, and sometimes when you see things you've never seen before, it does raise a little bit of a red flag. I can't say I've ever seen AI make something like this before, but AI is getting more and more advanced by the minute that it's impossible to keep up. Who even freaking knows these days? I think sometimes it's pretty obvious when things are made with AI. This one doesn't specify anywhere that it's made with AI. I think it looks very different to anything I have ever seen before, and I think that's why a lot of people are also feeling the same way. AI still can't really generate decent images, so at the very least, there's been some sort of human hand put to this, because the numbers, for example, they are the same size. They don't look weird. This one, I think, is too different to necessarily say. I'm definitely no expert in AI because I try to stay away from it as much as possible when it comes to generating images. I think some things do blend very unnaturally in this coloring book, and I do find some of the things in this coloring book rather strange at times. I think originally people would just be like, oh, that image has 16 fingers, of course it's AI, but it is getting better. AI images tend to give you a bit of an uneasy feeling, and you kind of just know something's not quite right with the image. AI tends to make images that are sort of batched, so they tend to look very, very similar. And obviously the fact that there's no artist credit is quite a big thing as well. But looking on Amazon UK, for example, I've just found something called Autumn Monochrome Colouring Book. Get away with a collection of relaxing illustrations. Just one conedit. What? So do with that what you will. There's also 50 designs in this colouring book as well. So there's also another one called Monochrome Escapes Colouring Book by Monochromatic Press. I don't really know what to say. I think the main image is uneasy. Like, that looks like an AI generated image to me personally. Okay, I'm officially on page 6 and the pen is just now starting to wear off. I would probably say after I've completed this page, it's going to be pretty unusable, which means if we're averaging 6 pages per pen, that's only 18 pages that these can cover. So there are actually 60 total pages that you can colour in with this. These pens that I spent an extra $10 for only cover barely 6 pages. I would say the colouring book is good, pretty expensive for any colouring book, no matter how much effort goes into it, but these are, there's no point upgrading to these pens. I managed to make this last for 6 pages. Someone else said it only lasted like, what, 3-4 pages for them. I think if they included these pens with just the colouring book without having to pay more for it, it wouldn't be so bad, because then you can kind of be like, well, they were free with my colouring book, so it doesn't really matter that they don't last all 50 pages. Okay, so I tried the colouring book in 2 different ways. I tried doing it the still and very, very slow way, filling in each individual box. And I see now why they do this, because it essentially takes you longer to actually fill it in, and it's definitely a more relaxing way to do it. Then I also tried it just filling in a bulk ton of the boxes, and it takes you less time doing it that way, but filling in each individual box and not even being super careful about it, it still took me about half an hour every time I did this for 1 page. And if I filled in a page as quick as I possibly could, filling in all the blocks, it still took me closer to 15 to 20 minutes. I mean, in essence, I don't really blame the pen, because most pens wouldn't be able to last 50 pages, even with 3 of them. Fun concept. I think it looks incredibly cool. I really do. I don't see what people are talking about in regards to like someone having 3 arms. I don't know if this was like a shadow of this and that's what people were confusing that with. I think the fact they use AI in their ads throws people off, and I think that anytime you're promoting anything, to use AI in your ads doesn't really make it seem like it's, as a consumer, me personally, I don't look at that and think, wow, this AI ad really makes me want to buy this product. I'm just going to point out things that kind of don't make a lot of sense, like things like this right here. This right here is, I don't really know what that's supposed to be. I think it's a little bit odd that some of the pages have lines around them and then some just have nothing at all. This one is very odd to me. Obviously, we're not looking for a lot of detail, that's not the point. But I just feel like a bunch of these open spots here are very odd. And every single page is pretty uniform and filled. So do with that what you will. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you keep getting recommended things online that you want me to try out for next time, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video.